Hi everybody, and welcome to another video about anxiety. I wanted to make a quicker video talking specifically about panic attacks. Now I realize that myself personally, I've been focused a lot lately on OCD because I've identified that I have OCD, and I feel like I'm in a good place with my panic attacks because I can actually kind of negate them and bring them down to a point where it may sit there, but it's not going to determine what's going to happen here. So what I was hoping to do was I was hoping to make a video here, and that's why I'm doing it, based around the tools that I said in a previous video. And if you want to watch that full video, it's like 17 minutes long. Got some really good content in it. But this one's going to have the same content based around panic attacks, because I was just watching it again, and I noticed that I went on quite a bit about OCD. And then I eventually get onto panic attacks. Well, if your mission is just to hear about panic attacks, this video is for you. So, if you're in a panicky mode right now and your body's just tense and you can't seem to shake it, and every time you think, okay, I got rid of the thought, and then all of a sudden you're like, and it comes back. This is a technique that I've used many times when I've been anxious, and I'll tell you right now, it's a tactic that I use when I wake up in the middle of the night in a panic, and it gets me back to sleep. So my hopes that you can actually do this with me, and we will actually work on this together so that you can actually do what I'm doing. And if you do what I'm doing, your body will naturally come down. Okay. This will be a bit of a process. It won't happen all at once. What I mean by that is the first time we do this, you won't necessarily feel an instant relief from the panic attacks, but believe me when I say that over the next few rounds that we do, it will actually work for you. So if you're having a panicky feeling or you're just in a tense mode, a lot of people may think of this as a form of meditation, and it may be. I don't know of that very well, so I'll leave that where it is. But what I'd like you to do is find a comfortable position. If you're in a position where you can sit down, sit comfortably. Now, full disclosure, I am in my car, but I'm in my driveway, so it's not like I'm driving anywhere. Do not do this and operate heavy machinery. As I said, it's put me to sleep. So make sure that you're in a position where you are comfortable, not driving, not running, okay? And then, although I will say exercise, very good way to get over panic attacks. A very good way. Now, if you're able to sit there, put yourself in a relaxed position. And then what we're going to do is we're going to focus on our breathing. Now, this may seem, yeah, okay, I've heard this before, but here's where I'm going to do it a little bit differently. Because the way I thought of doing it was actually the opposite of the way that I needed to do it. Okay? So you get comfortable, feet flat on the floor. Make sure you're putting yourself in a comfortable position. And then what you're going to do is you're going to exhale twice as long as you inhale. Okay? I'm going to say that again. You're going to exhale twice as long as you inhale. And the reason I repeat that is because it's such a key part of this. Now, where I thought you had to do it was the opposite of what I'm about to do, where you actually had to inhale twice as long as you exhale. And that's actually quite the opposite. As I described in the other video, consider a blood cell in your body like a boiling pot, okay? And every time you inhale, you raise the oxygen or the boiling level of that water. Now, when we get anxious, especially in a panic mode, you're going to notice that your breaths get very shallow and they get very quick. So it's like, right? But so what you're doing is you're filling this boiling pot full of water, so full of warm water, to the point where you're just gonna boil over the edge. It has too much water in it; it's gonna boil over. And I use that same analogy in the other video. Which again, if you want to take a look at, it's one of the previous videos that I posted on this channel. Now, what we're gonna do, as I said before, is we're gonna exhale twice as long as we inhale. So if we inhale and count to 4, we're going to exhale to 8. Now, some of you may be able to go deeper than 4. Some of you may be able to go less than 4. I'll let you determine that based off your health conditions, okay? 4 seems to be a good number for me. If you could even exhale to 8 and push it to 10, the goal we're looking for is to be at a point where, like, excuse me, so you can actually hear the oxygen leaving my body, okay? And although it's CO2, the O is oxygen, okay? The O is still leaving your body. The oxygen is still leaving your body, and what that's doing is it's bringing down that water level in that boiling pot. So again, but then we exhale and we're out. Okay? What that's doing, as I said, is it's actually releasing some of that air, that oxygen out of the blood cells, so that if we ever get in a mode where we come up with these thoughts again and we go, what was that? Notice how I just did a quick inhale. You may have to play that back to get it. But I do a quick, right? And what that does is boiling water. Well, if the water's already here, those quick ones are going to put us into that panic mode. But if we're actually controlling that water level and exhaling to a point where we're actually bringing that level down, then that's where we actually start to control a little bit more of the anxiety. Now, this will take some focus, and I notice for myself specifically, I tend to go to other tools first. But what I've noticed is that when I bring down the panicky feeling, the thoughts tend to be easier to deal with. I can't say they always go away. I wish. Although I will say I'm getting better at that. But what I will say is, if I control that panicky feeling, it's easier to get rid of those thoughts. Because if you're like me, which I think a lot of us are, we get a feeling first, and then we go to a point of, why am I upset? Why am I anxious? Right? And then we find a reason to be anxious, even though it's not logical. So your body will actually, or your thoughts will actually follow the feelings of your body. Okay? So let's do this. Get in a comfortable position, and we're going to inhale. You can either do it through your nose or through your mouth, whatever you find more comfortable. Okay, that's one. Let's do it again. Okay, I pushed that one to 10. Push that one to 10. I hope you got the same feeling I did, and I only did it twice. Because, I mean, maybe I'll do a whole video on breathing, because it really has been effective for me. But this video is more just to give you the tool so that you know how to do it moving forward. Now, again, I've done this many times. Woken up in a panic. What's going on? Okay, said okay. Put myself in a comfortable position. And right away, and even doing it just now, I could feel my shoulders kind of drop. Like I didn't even know there was tension in my shoulders. I just felt them drop just then. So I hope this helps. Pass this along to anybody who you think has panicky feelings. If you notice anybody who has any form of anxiety, like these are tools to help us all. And that's the whole reason I do this. I hope this is bringing nothing but value to you. Please, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to that channel. Hit that notification button. Leave a comment. I'll reply as soon as I see it. And my goal is to post more of these videos. And if there's something that you think that will bring value, let me know. So anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. Almost 10 minutes. Wow, that went by quickly. I'll see you on the next one. Later.